know what else is in the box? I told you guys that it was worth the wait, but that it's gonna make me very, very nervous today. Both of those things are very true. Let's show you what's in the box. What else is in this box? In the first video, we talked all about kind of the Falcam accessories that I pretty much just got in addition to this cage that I already had. Again, quick release, everything, F22, F38, F50, quick release system. But there's a shot that I've been wanting to get for a very long time. I think one, well, I didn't have the equipment for it, but two is this concept. It makes me so nervous. Okay, what is in the box? This right here is the Falcam suction cup with F22 rail on top and a very sucky vacuum pump on the back. Then in addition to that is this guy, and this is the Falcam magic arm. I think this is the 11-inch magic arm, but it has F22 on both sides, very similar to their smaller little double ball arm thing that I'm using for different stuff, but you can see the size difference is vast. A quick demonstration. Let's say that like in my last video, I talked about the GoPro with the F22 feet on there. Let's say I was to clip that into one of the sides of the magic arm, and then I was to take that magic arm and I was to click that onto this suction cup bit here. I now have a GoPro on a suction cup. I could take that and I could put it on any surface on my car, just kind of pop it on there like that, pump up the suction cup, and once that's locked on, it's not going anywhere. I can shake my door before the suction cup comes off. And then with this GoPro, I can now unscrew the magic arm. I can put it in like really cool spots. I get a cool shot of the tire and cool GoPro action shot just with this little setup. So a quick and easy way to put your GoPro in kind of dangerous situations, but get really cool shots that kind of look like they're out of the movies, except for the whole GoPro bit. So how do you get a shot that does look more like it's out of the movies? You're gonna need more suction cups, which is exactly why I didn't ask Falcam for one suction cup and one magic arm. I asked them for 3 suction cups and three magic arms. Because today I don't want to mount a GoPro on the outside of my car. I want to mount this on the outside of my car. You see why this makes me very nervous. I've seen lots of people do this before, but just recently one of my good buddies, Brandon Talbot, he did it with a Komodo Red, a red Komodo giant camera, which is way more expensive than my A7S III. And I haven't seen his actual footage from it yet, but he sent me screen grabs from it, and it looked awesome. And I want that, but with my van and my A7S III. I don't need a red Komodo. Brandon's crazy. Okay, before I try to get the camera in place, I'm gonna get the suction cups loaded into the spot that I just cleaned, so they're all nice and set up. And then I'll work on attaching the camera. I mean, that's on there. Feels good. All right, that is linked in place. It feels very solid. What's kind of great about this is once I have this all set up, I can just unlock all 3 arms and really move my camera into whatever position I want, and then lock these off. Should stay right where I put it. Oh my goodness. So we've got this safety line going from my side view mirror to the system itself, but with this system, we've got 3 separate suction cups with little notification buttons on them. So let me release this one real quick. So you see that white line? If I was to see that white line popping out on any of these, I would know it's losing suction. I need to re-pump it, re-suck it back down in place. And right now, like once I get that all the way in, these are all holding really good. Let's go see if we can get shots with this rig on the outside of my car. I'm pretty nervous. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I gotta put all this stuff away. Hang on. Well, that did not go well at all. The rig was great. This is a really cool system, but my my dumbness. I made so many mistakes. Like all first attempts at new things, yeah, mistakes were definitely made. I will explain my mistakes. I'll explain this rig and how I used it, what I think it's really good for. But first, let me tell you guys about today's sponsor, Aura Frames. If you don't know about Aura Frames yet, they might be the greatest gift that you could possibly give. Now, I know that Mother's Day is in just a couple of days here, but you could still order one of these and have it shipped to them, or order it and print out the receipt for your wife and give that to her. But let me tell you, this is by far the coolest gift you can give just in general. A high resolution digital picture frame with unlimited uploads. So you have the app that you just dump as many photos as you want in there, and then you set your frame to cycle however often you want it to cycle. We have 2 of these set up in our house. They both cycle at 15 seconds. So every 15 seconds, it's showing us new. If it's vertical portrait like that, they just put 2 photos randomly next to each other. And then if it's horizontal, you see it full screen. Because like all of us now, we just have like thousands and thousands of photos on our phone that we never see, and having something like this in the house, it makes it so you see them like all the time. Like every day I get to just see random photos popping up on here that, like, this is just me and Morgan in PB one day at lunch, and it would have just sat on my phone forever, but now I get to see it in my house on the daily. Thank you, Aura Frames, and definitely shoot over to the first link as quick as you can so that you can get in on the discount on the Carver matte frame. Look at that one. Me and Morgan were drinking espresso martinis and doing face masks together. A little embarrassing, but that's a fun photo. I'm glad it pops up in my living room. Okay, back to this rig right here, this quick release Falcam rig that I set up to put my camera on the outside of my van and get these shots. I'll go through one. The rig was awesome. The rig is amazing. The suction cups are really good, like shockingly strong. I tested just hanging my camera off of one of them to just feel like, how strong is this arm? How strong are the suction cups? And the camera can totally hang off of one of them. But outside the car, obviously having all 3 suction cups in play, it makes you feel better. And because it was quick release, I was able to do, I think I did 4 different setups. So I put the camera in 4 different spots around the van to get cool shots. So it wasn't a failure of the system by any means. Why I'm not thrilled with the footage that I came back with. One, I wasn't shooting at a great time of day. I went out to test all this in the morning time, and like right as I was about to film, the clouds opened up and the sun came out, like direct midday sun. Probably the worst lighting that you could possibly have. And on top of that, I didn't have a polarizer on my lens, which to see through glass, to reduce the glare on glass, you want a polarizer on your lens. I didn't even have one with me because it was cloudy in the morning. So yeah, shot one looks really cool. There's a few lessons that I definitely have from shot one. Shot one was into the cab, and I would say, one, I need that polarizer to reduce those cloud glare so you could actually see the person inside the cab. But 2, I was on a dirt road, and there is a lot of vibration in this shot. You can see the shakiness of the shot, and this is after warp stabilizer. That obviously would have been reduced if I wasn't on a dirt road. I was on more just pavement, but yeah, lesson learned. All of your failures can turn into lessons if you look at them the right way. Lots of lessons today. Shot 2, I put the camera down by the wheel. Like I wanted this cool shot. I've done it with GoPros before where I put the camera so you can see the tire down by the car, and it actually worked really well. The rig was in a perfect spot. Again, this was just more of like an exposure issue. I didn't have the exposure set properly because I was thinking about rigging it, and I was worried about my camera, and I wasn't worried about getting the shot right or setting the exposure properly, so I didn't. And then the other shots that I tried one like in the window, like on the outside in the window. The setup was kind of funky. Like I wasn't able to position it in exactly the right spot where I wanted it. The lighting was terrible. And in addition to all those things, I had flipped my lens into manual focus for the tire shot, and then I never flipped it back. And then the last shot I did was on the front of my windshield. I did all 3 suction cups on the front and then shot into the cab. Again, without a polarizing filter, this shot just doesn't work. You can't see enough inside that this would be a shot that would make sense. You kind of just see a lot of clouds and sun in this shot. So midday sun, no polarizer. But this was all an experiment. So this was all just testing, playing around, learning things. Mainly I was focused today on learning about the rig and getting the rig right. But in turn, I had a few lessons about filming in this setup. I think I was too focused on the rig and I was so nervous about my camera being on the outside of my car that I forgot about things like putting the camera back in autofocus or packing a polarizing filter with me for the day. It was yeah, a filmmaker's failure, a gripper or rigger's success. Great success. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm gonna go take this thing out, rig it back up in some like good lighting, like either early morning or just after the sun has set, get that kind of golden hour light. And I wanna shoot more with this rig. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to try something totally new, feel that kind of like stressed outness about something and trying something new and it mostly succeeding. My camera came home alive. That is a great success. All right, I will see you guys very soon. Like a little creature when its legs are all floppy like this. Like an octopus or a tripus? It's like a tripus.